Hey guys, how you doing? I was just having this conversation with a client of mine, man. I just wanted to kind of share some thoughts with you guys from this conversation I had. I just told him, that today, this afternoon, I went to a funeral today for a friend of mine. Basically, this is the third funeral I've been to at the end of January. Like, I don't mean to come off as, this is not one of those real deep gloomy type, videos. But at the same time, I think it's something that, we should consider, right? Just for the simple fact. So I'll just tell you about the conversation. So we had this conversation, and I was telling them, I went to this funeral, buddy of mine, buddy I know, who had cancer, and by the time they found out about his cancer, they gave him 6 months to a year to live, and he actually lived 6 months. And so just during the course of the conversation, my client was like, man, what would you do if you knew you only had 6 months to live? And so I thought about that, and I was like, dang, bro, man, what would I do? Like, would I start, going down my bucket list and trying to do all these things that I never got to do in my life? But then after I sit and kind of thought about it, contemplated for a minute, I realized the only thing, I wouldn't want to do nothing but spend as much time as I possibly could with my family. My kids, my grandkids, my wife. I just want to spend, as much quality time with it. Because at that stage, right, if you only got 6 months, to me, ain't nothing else important. Ain't nothing else I want to see. I want to spend my time doing, but spending that time with them, right? And so, as the conversation continued, we were saying, he was like, man, I would, call old friends, apologize, say the apologies. Forgive me if you hear some background rattle at the gym and in the lab, as always, right? But he was like, man, I would just spend that time, making the apologies, calling people, righting wrongs, this and this and this. And then I stopped for a minute and I said, well, why won't you do that now? Because honestly, at the end of the day, tomorrow's not promised. We don't know how much time we have. And I said, man, why wouldn't we, or why don't we, live every day with that kind of mindset, man? Like, you don't know what tomorrow is gonna hold. Yeah, I just wanted to put something on your mind, man. Give you something to think about. Like, why don't we live our life like, this might be. We don't know what tomorrow holds. Why not spend that time now and apologize to the people that you need to apologize to, and make wrong the rights that you have, and call your friends that you haven't talked to in the last 5 or 6 years or whatever, and just check in on them, see how you're doing, see, let them know how you're doing, like, to really, spend that time and make. Because really, honestly, right, at the end of the day, what is the thing that adds richness to our life, right? At the end of the day, it's relationships, right? And so if we live that life with that outlook of, riches is not just, wealth and material things. Like, real riches, the things that, that are intangible, these things that money can't buy, right? These relationships, these are the things that carry on. How you made somebody feel is gonna stay with them a lot longer than, any amount of wealth or things like that we could accumulate. So I just wanted to kind of share that with you, man. That was, an interesting thing. I hadn't really stopped to think about it. I don't want to put a damper on your day, right? But I think that if we kind of take that attitude of, how can I really enrich my life? Because I really don't know, how much time I have. So I want to live every day. They say that it's like a cliche, right? Live every day like it's your last, but how much fun life would be, and how fulfilling really life would be if we did that. So just a thought, man. Put something on your mind. You can holler at me in the comments. Let me know what you think. Until then, Peace out. I'll talk to you later.